What's up, guys? It is Dean. Welcome to vlog 15. It is May 13th. Thanks so much for joining me. And I have a microphone in front of me and my camera also in front of me, slightly to the side. And I'm doing two things at once right now. I am recording this vlog with my iPhone, which is what I've been recording my vlog over the last 2 weeks on. And then this microphone that I'm speaking into is connected to my laptop, which I am also going to share this episode as an audio file on my podcast, which is Simple to Understand. I'm talking into the camera right now. You can check out www.simpletounderstand.com, where I put each episode and show notes, so you can go on over there and check it out. And then for those listening, any place that you find podcasts you can listen to this on. And so I thought of trying a different experiment from day 15 moving onwards. The first 14 vlogs that I did, it was solely uploaded to my YouTube channel, and now I want to try something different, spice it up a little bit, and add another component to it, also leveling up my skill set, trying to manage two things at once, and upload a podcast as well as a vlog at the same time. A vlogcast, if you may. So anyways, let's dive into today's topic or topics. I don't know how long this is gonna go for. Probably shorter format, like under 20 minutes, which is a lot shorter than all my previous posts. And I'm also thinking of converting all my 14 vlogs into an audio file and uploading that to my podcast as well. Because I think there was quite a bit of good content there that I can repackage and share. So stay tuned, podcast audience, as I will be uploading all my vlogs in an audio format up on the podcast. So that's exciting. Stay tuned for that. Okay, let's dive into it. So today's episode, I want to talk about a couple things. First, I want to talk about Frank Sinatra. So my buddy, I'm going to give a shout out here to my buddy Jamie in Winnipeg. And a little bit over a year ago, he got me into listening to Frank Sinatra. And I still am a fan of Michael Bublé. But Frank Sinatra is just sweetness. And I want to recommend people go on YouTube, go on Apple Music if you subscribe to them, Spotify, whichever your music platform is. Listen to a little Frank Sinatra. The reason is that there's a lot of sweetness in that music. It's chill, it's mellow, it's really easy listening. And I think we could all use a little bit of that right now. You know, I know Tekashi 6ix9ine just came out with Gooba, which hit over 100 million views in 3 days. And good for him, absolutely crushing it. But there's no sweetness there, and that's totally fine. That's not what he's going for. You know, he's getting the next gen just absolutely jacked, just hype. And I'm a fan of EDM, I'm a fan of some trap music, always been a fan, longtime fan of rap and hip hop, like the hardcore stuff. I like a good beat, but there's no sweetness in it. And I forget who it was that Joe Rogan had on his podcast, and he had a guest on, and they were talking about different artists, musical artists, and he was talking about how this generation, millennials, Gen Y, Gen Z, Gen X, their music doesn't really have a lot of sweetness. And I get what he's saying. A lot of pop, a lot of 90s music. There wasn't a lot of sweetness in in the lyrics and the beats and whatever. I watched a YouTube video. You know, they have those, what is it? It's like a chart with trackers, and it's the evolution over time, and it's just stats, and it changes, like top richest people from 1987 to 2020, and it just like they change up and down. And I was watching one that it was the top musical artists, I think it was most albums sold from, I don't know, 70s to the current day, to 2020. And there was the Beatles, there was, well, there's so many, there's a ton. And then I think it ended with, I think Drake was the top selling over the last few years. But anyways, the music has changed a lot, and there's not much sweetness. So go back, listen to a little Frank Sinatra, and enjoy a little sweetness. I mean, a little Come Fly With Me, a little Strangers in the Night, I Love You Baby, Fly Me to the Moon. Beautiful, beautiful. There's a lot of really nice stuff. Anyways, that's that. That's my song recommendation for, or music recommendation for, you know, dealing with COVID. Or just dealing with the day. Just listen to like 2 songs. If you can go for a walk, whatever, go to the bathroom, flip on just your phone, just put some music on for like 3 minutes, 5 minutes, listen to a couple songs and just mellow out. It'll feel good. All right, so that's that. Second thing I want to talk about is drop shipping. And I read books primarily that are self-help or entrepreneurship or business or hustling or real estate, usually something to do with making money or business related. And so a lot of ads that I get on social media are business related. And there's been a lot that have been popping up lately about drop shipping. And I know my phone's listening right now just as I'm talking, and I think our phones are definitely listening to us all the time, and they're picking up keywords, and then they're serving ads to us on our social media platforms. And so I'm gonna get more ads about drop shipping after this, but I want to talk about drop shipping and kind of put some reality behind it, because I got an article pulled up here and it's on entrepreneur.com, okay? And the title is 6 Steps to Building a Successful Online Dropshipping Business. And I see a ton of these influencer or people that, I don't know, I've never heard of before, seen before, and they've put some money in behind some social media ads, and they're pushing 6 figures in short amount of time, and they're making, you know, $30,000 a month, and they show a screenshot of their Shopify account, and they're just making bank. So, you know, make sure you sign up to their webinar or website or whatever, and then learn how to make a whole bunch of money using a drop shipping business model. And for those people who don't know what drop shipping is, basically you can sell third-party items or products. You don't actually have to buy items, keep it in your house, and then sell it once you've sold and ship it yourself. You are selling third-party items to people, and then they're, like, all the shipping and everything is taken out. Let me just pull up a definition here. Should have done that before, but what is drop shipping? Let's see here. Drop shipping is a retail fulfillment method where a store doesn't keep the products it sells in stock. Instead, when a store sells a product using the drop shipping model, it purchases the item from a third party and has it shipped directly to the customer. There you go. Much clearer way of what I just said, but same thing. So that's the definition of drop shipping. So we're gonna go through these 6 steps here, okay? And then I'm gonna add my 2 cents. Select a niche, step 1, okay? Yeah, makes sense. And there's a bunch of, content added to that. Number 2, perform competition research. Okay, makes sense. You want to select a niche. Yeah, okay, cool. Now see what competitors are doing, if they're already in the space. Makes sense. Okay, number 3, secure a supplier. Yeah, makes sense. Okay. Number 4, build your e-commerce website. I'm going to stop here and chime in a little bit because this is my wheelhouse. So it says the fastest way to launch a website that supports a dropshipping business model is to use a simple e-commerce platform such as Shopify. I totally agree with that, and Shopify is the best in the space, and that's fine. You don't need a tech background to get up and running, and it has plenty of apps to increase its sales, or to increase sales. Even if you have a sizable budget, that would allow you to hire a web design and development company to create a custom solution. It's much wiser move to use one of the plug and play options, especially in the beginning. Once you are established and the revenue is coming in, then you can explore additional website customization. Boom. Okay, and that's all it says. This stuff takes more time than you think it does. So just selecting a website, say you want to start a t-shirt, custom t-shirt business. Okay, very saturated market for one. Even if you come up with really cool designs or a niche. Okay, so let's pick dogs, for example, because that would have a high search term. And let's pick a specific breed. Okay, so say Bernese Mountain Dogs. Okay, so Bernese Mountain Dogs, you want to sell Bernese Mountain Dog design t-shirts. You set up a Shopify account, okay? And you've created these designs, which took time, okay? And you upload them all into Shopify. So you have your products, you found everything. There's so many websites out there that are doing this. And I know the next point here is create a customer acquisition plan. And it talks about starting a Facebook ad campaign. I'm not gonna say that Facebook ads are intuitive because everyone is at a different skill set and can pick up different technology at way different paces. So yes, it is intuitive, but depends on who you talk to. And if you've never done digital ads before, you're not going to know what to look for, what options there are. You have to spend hours researching, even on YouTube or wherever you want to get it, however you learn, whatever media you learn from. There's going to be a lot of time in researching how to set up those ads. And then it says 6, analyze and optimize. So it's just basically, once you have the ads up and running, then you track the data and then you adjust it accordingly. And that's the 6 steps. It's like, okay. Yes. And I'm not totally against setting up a dropshipping business. I think it's great in many senses, but I think all the hype around getting it started, there's too few and far people that are actually doing this really well and doing it long term and for the right reasons, that they're just kind of putting the icing on the cake and they're not talking about how to make the cake. And even though those 6 steps are kind of like the recipe, there's a lot more to it than just set up a website and send ads to the website. So a couple of things I want to add to it is, even if you pick a niche, if anything, I want to try maybe clarify this business model or breathe a little life into it to hopefully increase your chances of succeeding. Because I think if you just follow those 6 steps or whatever other article you find out there, hopefully this just adds a little bit more context to this get rich quick type plan or scheme or whatever. So if you pick a niche and you found a really good niche, I would encourage you to find one that hopefully aligns with a passion of yours. If you don't know what your passion is, it's going to be real hard to keep that business going, especially because for the majority of people that are going to be doing this, it's probably going to be their first time. And so the missing point here, kind of like the disclaimer in the fine print that should be below all of these articles, is like it lacks passion. You know, if it doesn't have passion, the chance, the percentage is probably going to be very high that it won't succeed. Like, a good example, here's probably a good niche, and feel free to take this idea and fly with it. I enjoy, at least I think I do, disc golf. If you haven't heard of disc golf before, go on YouTube. It's frisbee golf. It exists. I have a couple friends that play disc golf. It's awesome. There's disc golf courses around the Okanagan here. It's awesome. I do want to get into it, and I'm going to buy myself some discs. There's different discs, similar to when you go golfing. There's different clubs, right? You get pitching wedge, you get a 9-iron, you get a 3-iron, a driver, whatever. There's different discs for different distances, and I'm an amateur when it comes to even trying to describe what disc golf is, but I hope that was a brief summary that it's frisbee golf, basically. That's a really good niche, and I think you could probably set up a Shopify website and then import a bunch of disc golf products around it, and go follow those 6 steps, and then you're off to the races. However, the missing piece, for me at least, would be I'm not passionate about disc golf. I'd probably enjoy a round or two. Maybe I might get out 1 to, realistically, 3 times a year. Probably about as much time as I get out golfing each year. So anyways, it lacks passion. So I probably would maybe get excited and go through maybe all those steps if I get it up and running. I don't know how long term I would actually keep that website for. And anytime we've brought on a marketing agency, real life example, to help with any digital marketing at companies that I've worked for, they always say give it 3 to 6 months before the results start to trickle in. Even with paid ads, give it 3 to 6 months. Most people don't even have the attention for building a business for 3 to 6 months. They taper off after a very short amount of time, within the weeks, I imagine, days sometimes, probably tied to the lack of passion. So spend some time when you want to do step 1 on selecting your niche, that it aligns with some sort of passion of yours. That's the first point that I want to illuminate. Second one, even though there's no costs, there's very, very low costs to setting up a dropshipping business, which that's great. That's awesome. You don't want to spend $5,000 on t-shirts and equipment to do the prints yourself and all this sort of thing, to then get demotivated and not really set up any website and not sell any products. So the dropshipping is a low cost to enter into the space, which is great. But environmentally, what's the cost? So if you factor in the economic true cost of outsourcing all your products, this has just been something that I've been thinking a little bit more on. And Patagonia is a great B Corp certified organization that is very environmentally conscious, and they do the right thing, period. So I think a lot of drop shipping companies, it's all money, very little regard to the economic cost of running a business, outsourcing everything to China or other countries to make a quick buck. So I think it's just important to talk about and be aware. And that's all I'm going to say on that. I think we have to start shifting our mindset into the type of businesses that we're creating and being more environmentally conscious and aware of what we're purchasing, where it's coming from. I would like to see communities be more self-sustaining, hopefully countries be more self-sustaining. I'm all for going towards globalization and sharing resources and all this sort of thing, but if we can also be self-sustaining in our own countries and not be so reliant on receiving exports from other countries because it's cheaper, I hope that changes. So this kind of, that's where my head's at in this second point, is really consider the economic cost of your business model. There, that's that. I think I'm going to wrap it up there because we've hit 21 minutes and this is going to be a short and sweet one. Let me know what you guys think about drop shipping, and be curious to know if you disagree, if you agree, what other points did I miss. Let me know. Head on over to www.simpletounderstand.com and leave a comment there. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, subscribe on any podcast platform that you're listening on, and until next time, take care and listen to a little Frank Sinatra out there, okay? Arrivederci. Ciao.